Welcome to another stage analysis video. Just wanted to do a bit of an ad hoc midweek video here with the changes going on in the market at the moment. We've seen a change of behaviour in the major indexes with some sharp breakdowns in a number of stocks, seeing stage 4 breakdowns in many areas. I talked at the weekend about the uranium group stage 4 breakdown attempt, which has continued at the moment. So I thought I'd do a quick video about what's going on and how you can scan for it using the stage analysis technical attributes screener on the website. So at the moment, as I said, change of behaviour in the QQQ starting to come back in. You can see the SATA score has dropped from a 10 down to a 6 over the last 4 weeks now. So back to the lower end of the strong range at the moment. We start to see the mantle relative strength start to break on this. That would take it back down to a 5 as well. One of our criteria that we look for above or below the mantle relative strength line. So likely to come back to a neutral score during this week if we see any further weakness in the Nasdaq 100, and the same with the S&P 500. So we come into the screener. So there's a number of ways that you can use the screener. So when once you're signed in, you can click to get into it through the US stock screen up here. You come to the page, and this is our filter area at the top up here currently. So you can exclude sectors, industries, sub-industries, or include or exclude them using the top areas here. But a couple of screens that we can use that are particularly useful for one, finding stage 4 breakdowns, or looking for just general weakness, stocks in stages 3 or stage 4, or even stocks in stage 1 that are starting to break down, make stage 4 continuations, or just general weakness in stage 2. So there's a few different ways that you can do it. So one of the easiest ways is to just simply look for a breakdown. So it's not necessarily breakdown or breakout, and probably not technically the correct word to describe it. It's more of a quarterly lower low, but it does the same job really. So with that, you can see we've dropped from 5,000 plus to 206 entries here. So we can filter that out further by looking on using some average volume. So this is weekly volume. So if you wanted over 300k a day, you would look at over 1.5 million. That's normally my starting point. So you can see 138, so you can go obviously bigger with that. Market cap is another way you could do it. You only want to look at the mega caps, the large caps, or you want to look at everything and avoid micro cap stocks, etc. So I normally start with a plus mini here, so that excludes everything below 300 million market cap, or you wanted to go bigger up to a billion, you could take it down there, and that gets rid of some of the smaller stocks here. And then another one you can look at is the price. So you might only want over $20, for example, and you might want to be the weekly closing range. So if you imagine you've got your candle, so we'll just quickly draw, you've got your candle stick. So your weekly closing range is how far it is up in the bar. So if you've got something that looks more like this, then the weekly closing range is very low. So you're below the 50% level here. So if you were in the lower half of the bar, that's the second bar there would be what you'd be looking for, and if you were in the upper half of the bar, the first bar will be what you were looking for there. So you can do what I look for, especially when looking for breakdowns, is you want to see strength on the downside. So you want to see the close in the lower quarter of the bar still. So we can sit that in. We're now down to just 48 entries. Then you might want to go further. You might want to order. At the moment, it's ordered in strength of mantle relative strength and the SATA score. So it starts on the highest SATA score, which is a 4, going down to a 0 down here. You could also flip that round with the price. You might want to start with the higher price stocks here, as we're looking for general weakness in all of these, and then you can start going through the individual stocks. So there's a few different ways you can do it. You can either click and it will take you to another page, and you can see we've got a stage 4 continuation breakdown here in Alta, for example. You can go through the individual pages, and then you can see how the industries, sub-industries are doing as well, how it compares to the other component stocks in the group. So let's wait for that to load a second. So you can see Hubble is one of the weaker stocks within its electrical components and equipment sub-industry. If we go through to the individual page of that, you can see the group is quite weak at just below 20% at the moment on a SATA 6 Plus. So we come back out into here. There is another way that you can do this if you don't want to go through them one at a time on the site. We'll have some mini charts and charts on page soon to make it a little bit quicker to go through on site. But in the meantime, if you wanted to go off to your own trading software, you can click the export button here. You get a little drop down. You can either copy individual names. It's done by order here, so you can see whatever the order is here, so Alta, Hub, ETN, Lulu, that is the order you get across here. So it's a comma separated list. You can easily copy and paste into TradingView, stock charts, etc. as a watch list, a chart list, etc. So you can either just copy and paste by hovering over and using copy and paste on your keyboard, so you can just click the copy button. It says copy to your clipboard, and then you can close that out. You can go to your trading software. So if you're going to TradingView, for example, let me just scroll that. You can open TradingView here. I'll go to my one. So if you go to here, you can create you have to come into this and create a new list. So if you create a new list, just call it dump in. Then you can just click the plus symbol, and then you can paste all of those, and it creates your list. And then you can go through the live charts in TradingView in the same way, much quicker than you can on the website at the moment. So this is a great way if you want to use live charts. So as well, if you want to go down to different settings, you want to look at the daily chart as well. You can then drop down to that, see what's going on the daily time frame or lower time frames. You want to go down to a 195 half a day time frame to see the breakdown and the attempt to rebound here. So that's another way that you can use the data at the moment. So we come back out of there. Ooh, where am I? So you can either, that's a much quicker way to do the watch list at the moment. I am currently building in the watch lists and presets to the filters, so you'll soon be able to create your own watch lists on the site. And as I said, I'll also be starting to add mini charts, etc. soon, so you can go through them much quicker on the site itself. But obviously you can quickly export and go to TradingView or stock charts or whatever and go through them on live charts. So if you're looking at them intraday, then that can be especially useful. So starting point on the site to find the stocks that you want, and then take them off to your live charting software. So the idea is that it complements your live charting software. We're not attempting to build a charting platform on here. So as I said, you can go through these, look for the ones making the new breakdowns. If you're looking for stage 4 breakdowns, you can see Cadence here just making a new stage 4 breakdown attempt, first attempt. You can see the red dot just hitting here, Mansell relative strength below the 0 line, breaking down strongly down to a half to 0. We've gone from a 9 to a 0 in the last 4 weeks. So as you can see your structure here, you've had a little U-tad or up thrust, and it's rolled back over again. So double top on this one attempt, stage 4 breakdown. So come back out of that. CrowdStrike, I imagine everybody knows this one at the moment. So it's having a major stage 4 breakdown attempt this week. Also Visa attempting to make a new breakdown attempt here. So already made an initial breakdown, but the 30-week moving average was still rising there. It's gone sideways for a little bit. You can see the 30-week moving average just starting to turn down now. So this is your new stage 4 breakdown point. So that's one way that you can do it. So another way, we'll reset our filters here, is that you can just look for overall weakness. So again, you want to start by, you might want to filter out any areas you don't want to look at. So for example, if you're not interested in the healthcare group, for example, you could filter that out. You don't want to look at real estate stocks or utilities, you could filter those out. So at the moment, let's just have a look at what we get from everything to start with. So if we go to the SATA score and we just select weak, That's one way that you could do it, and it takes it down. You can see we dropped from 5,000 to 2,000 there. So again, your average volume over 1.5 million, market cap, you might want to look at just the mega cap stocks at the moment. You can see there's 12 stocks that are currently weak, and then you want to see your SATA change this week that's negative. So it's had a negative change this week. It's on a weak SATA score, and it's in the mega caps, and it's in the lower quarter of its bar as well. So you can see we've got 8 stocks now to quickly go through here. So Qualcomm breaking down through there, Meta just starting to roll over its 30-week moving average, Shell here just back at its rolling at that 10-week moving average, 50-day moving average there. So we've got a sharp move below the 30-week moving average in ASML, AMD breaking down, so close to a potential stage 4 breakdown point on that one. I want to look at a daily chart on that. So again, if we just quickly jump to trading view, you can see go to a daily chart on that one. You can see break below the 200-day moving average and a local pivot. So borderline case, got earnings coming up. It's close to its potential stage 4 breakdown point there. So technically maybe a stage 4 breakdown. Right, let's go back again. So that's another way that you can do that. One more way that I find really useful is to use the SATA crossover. So what we're looking for this week is stocks that have changed into the weak zone. So last week they were either neutral or they were strong. So they had a SATA score of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. And they've now crossed and they are 3 or below now. So we click change to week, you can see we've dropped immediately to 270 stocks here. So we look for maybe price, we want them to be over $20, we're down to 108. Again, we want a week closing the lower quarter down to 92. Average volume, so 1.5 million. We want get rid of the micro cap stocks. No, we want to get rid of the small cap stocks as well. Still not making much difference there. We can go even bigger on this. So still not much. It's only the large on this one, getting our list down. And so that is another way you could do it. And then, or if you didn't want to get rid of the smaller cap stocks and you just wanted to exclude some groups, or you only wanted to look at an individual group, for example, you only wanted to look at tech stocks. See, there's 23 from the tech group here, so you can then quickly go through these and see what's going on with the individual stocks. So that's another way that you could do that. So, but at the moment, if we just do it again by order, just change the price, just start with the largest stocks here. So you can see ServiceNow just breaking below the 30-week here. Got Intuit also rolling over the 30-week and just touching its 10-week in stage 3. So this one had a early breakdown attempt that was still when the 30-week moving average was still rising. So this is still in stage 3 currently. So you can see Meta in here just rolling at its 30-week moving average. This could potentially moving into stage 3 here. Caterpillar again in stage 3 currently. So you can go through these again. Zscaler rolling back over at the 30-week moving average, attempted to pull out, was getting close to a local pivot point here, which it could have started to get more positive back towards stage 2 type if the 30-week moving average had turned back up then, but instead it's rolling here at the moment, so it could still be developing a base. You can see the SATA score is weakening currently. A few others, CEG was a utilities that had been going up for a strong stage 2, so this is a major change of behavior for this one. For example, it's the biggest pullback it's had in a very long time here. And so again, if we go to a daily chart of this one and zoom in a little bit, so let's get a daily chart up, you can see breaking down through here. So it's moving into potential stage 3 at the moment. It's still a ways off the 200-day moving average here, so it's still not 9% above it, but moving into potential stage 3 currently with CEG. So then one other thing we can do on the site is, which is really useful, is to go through the various market breadth measures. So you've got the bell curves for the sub-industries, industries and groups, and then we've got the sector breadth. So you can see currently this week we've only got utilities and healthcare having a positive week at the moment. Everything else is negative. Financials and real estate still lead, both in the strong range still. They've still got more than 60% of their stocks on technically healthy SATA scores currently. If you go down to the 1 week changes here, you can see utilities plus 6% on the week and 3.81% for healthcare at the moment. So they're still in a weaker area and a neutral area currently. Overall score at 40%, so just bordering on the lower end of the neutral zone. Anything below 40% then moves into the weak zone. So our average score currently for all of the sectors is just over the 40% line. So that's another way you can do it. And you can see the breadth charts for each of the individual sectors below, or by going to the individual pages. So you can just click on these and it will take you through. Again, if we go back to the sub-industries, you can see the bell curve starting to build on the left-hand side again a bit. Still more in the weak zone than there is in the strong zone. The strong zone still dominated by the real estate and the financials at the moment. You see by the purple, that's real estate, and the yellow is financials. So if we scroll down here onto the low and highlight these, you can see real estate is dominating here at the moment in the strong zone, whereas financials starting to fall off a little bit now in the strong and more into getting into the neutral zone. So whereas tech more in the upper end of the weak in the neutral zone there, discretionary dropping down into the weaker area. So if I look at these individually, you can see discretionary hovering in the weak and the neutral majority of that, whereas something like real estate is much more loaded over on the strong side currently. So just get rid of that, go back. So there's lots of different ways that you can look at the data on the site. So hopefully that's a bit of help to you. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you at the weekend when we'll do a more thorough video on what's going on in the market again. So